Seems like in a game like that, it takes quite a bit of poise and composure when you don't have an extended large lead throughout the night, but you just kind of keep it in that zone. What did you feel from the team during the course of this one to make sure you got the win?
It's 2 straight games now that we've shot below 25% from 3 on decent shots, I think, which is just part of the deal in an 82 game season. We're getting good looks. We have good shooters shooting them. So that'll come around, but it's good to be able to control a game despite that. And I thought we did kind of a bad end of the first half, but then it was a pretty professional effort in the second half to build the 19-point lead. Credit them, they kept playing. But I thought the guys did a really good job coming out of the half.
Just before the game, we talked about Chicago's attempt to play with pace. I think they only had 2 fast break points at halftime. What did you like best about maybe a tone that you set in terms of your presence there?
Yeah, they are fast up the floor, and they're fast into the next action in the half court. So you got to set your defense, and then you've got to win your coverages against them. And I thought, for the most part, we did a pretty good job of that. First half, just okay. Second half, much better. Made them earn everything. Put them in closeouts, and did a good job of executing.
I imagine, for Shea and Hartenstein and guys like that to play, but you've got a few years now in data of a guy like Jay Will having to scale up a situation like that. How confident are you at this point in what he can do when he has to scale up, and how much of that actually translates to his actual role maybe in the postseason or in higher leverage games?
Yeah, it's 2 things I think that stand out on that, not only for him but for anybody that has a larger role on a night like tonight. Number 1 is trust. The trust that the team has in the player to execute their role well. And then the second is confidence. A night like tonight, for him, he's had many of them, but it gives him the confidence to go in. Like the other night against Denver, I thought he was huge in that game. He played great minutes, and that was obviously a more narrow role that night. But he steps in with confidence, and I think a night like tonight helps that. It helps build that. So credit to him. He was outstanding tonight.
Confidence. You talked before the game about putting Wynn in the back of Wiggs. Just what do you see out of him?
Yeah, he was good tonight. He was more like himself tonight. He was aggressive. He shot 17 shots, and I thought most of them were pretty good. And like I said, we're going to need everybody, and not everybody's playing their best basketball every minute of the season. It's always ebbing and flowing, but we try to hang in there with our players and put them in situations where they can perform well. And he did a good job. He came around tonight. He played good defense. He played a good floor game. He scored the ball.
Jared looked real comfortable, especially in that third quarter. He actually just looks increasingly comfortable game after game. Is there anything, or I guess what are you seeing out of him behind the scenes that we may not be seeing that may contribute to this?
The word is consistency. I just think he's got a really consistent everything. He's a consistent guy day to day. He's a consistent worker. He's a great worker, but consistently a great worker. He plays a consistent game. He doesn't play outside of his game ever. He's always ready to play. You put him in. I put him in with 4.4 seconds in the fourth quarter, and he popped off the bench and went in and executed what we needed to do in an 8-point game with 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So when you do that, you put yourself in position to be successful. He's done a really good job of that so far. Played great tonight. Didn't shoot it well early and got it going there in the second half. So continues to play really well.
The player not being, him being a player that's not necessarily known for being a lockdown defender, like that, had 3 steals this evening. Can you just talk about that?
Jared?
Yeah.
A lot of that's just being in the right spots and shelling up and executing the stuff. And we're a team that puts teams in a crowd, and so we jar the ball loose quite a bit. And if you're in the right spot, you can gobble some of those up. So he's doing a good job defensively. He's getting on the train there, learning the fundamentals that we emphasize and that are important to us. He's not perfect yet, but he's making progress.